The action continuing here in Times Square. Bout at 65 kilograms. Logan Stieber, three-time NCAA champ at Ohio State, hooking up with his opponent from Canada, Haisan Garcia, 31-year-old, two-time Olympian, who finished 7th at the most recent games, the London event back in 2012.
That's where Haisan has the advantage, the years, the experiences, and the international time, and it's such a big deal. But Logan, being young and having the energy, winning 3 national titles at Ohio State's impressive, but, the time on the international scene, has a difference, and this is kind of a transition. If Logan could finish it, possible takedown, but no, 2-point takedown, good patience, good consistency, and that's where Garcia was looking at doing a crotch lift or type of a tilt for points and wasn't happening, and that's where Logan got the 2-point takedown.
Stieber finally able to get control, earn the 2 for the takedown. He pulled off a thrilling win last year when this event was held inside Grand Central Terminal here in New York City. He beat the then #1 ranked foe in his weight class, Opan Sat of Russia. Thrilling win for Stieber in that event, trying to come up with another big international win here.
And that's where the U.S. typically wrestles really good at home here in New York City. Beautiful venue and opportunity to represent the sport of wrestling internationally to the world. And right now, Team USA is consistently coming out and wrestling to the top level. And great example right there where Logan got the early takedown and 2-0 lead.
3rd at the recent U.S. Open a couple of weeks ago in Las Vegas. 3rd at the World Team Trials last year. And Stieber internationally almost made it to the Olympics. He finished 2nd as a college athlete at the Olympic trials in 2012. And certainly focused, like a lot of these wrestlers, pointing ahead towards the next Olympics in Rio in 2016.
And that's where it all comes down to where you're training, and that's where Logan is in Ohio State. He's got regional training center at Ohio State. 2-point, that'll be a 2-point turn for Garcia, and that's exactly what he was looking in the first takedown, that angle, and that's international wrestling to a T. Great opportunity for a gut wrench here. It's just got to stay smart and keep continuing to move forward. Back to the feet. The referees determine if he's going to make an attempt. If he's not, how much time? Typically 15 to 20 seconds they'll give him on top. And Garcia was looking like he was locking up a tight gut wrench, and that's where Logan got lucky and got called back to the feet, and now it's tied up 2-2.
So Stieber with the first 2, Garcia the latest 2, 30 seconds left to go in the first.
And that's where an athlete will get caught in a situation. Do I be super aggressive and go out and try to score all the points, or do I, be aggressive at a certain point and not get turned? And that's where Logan, both times, part of those scoring situations was from his move, and both times one ended up in a takedown, one ended up exposure.
Stieber here in the final few seconds looking to accomplish something, but Garcia says none of that. It's 2-2 after 1.
2-2.
Well, Stieber came out in the first 30 seconds and got after him.
Yeah, great low level, went for a single leg, and that's where Stieber is getting on that leg, and that's where, Garcia was trying to get an angle to get exposure, and he couldn't at the very end, and that's where Logan switched off to the 2-point takedown. Great position, and then now, this is where Stieber again with the potential takedown, but then Garcia with that 2-point dump, and it stinks to get done, but it's now 2-2. You still have a shot.
Now the 31-year-old ready for that attempt from Stieber and able to turn it into points for himself. He's got the lead against the 23-year-old from the United States at Ohio State.
And that's where a lot of patience pays off.
Stieber, great junior nationals champion in both disciplines, freestyle and Greco-Roman, concentrating on freestyle at the international level. And Garcia here, early stages, 2nd period.
Garcia's really kind of controlling the center, getting underhooks, getting a few better positions than Logan, and that's kind of maybe a little bit of inexperience, but then not feeling that confident in those positions, and a lot of that is just having the confidence to say, I know I have what you can't beat me, and a lot of that comes down to confidence. Here's a lateral drop position, opportunity for a possible throw if Logan really starts pushing, Garcia has a chance to throw. Referee's gonna, create, try to force the action, passivity.
And Garcia, that's a passivity.
So a warning on Garcia, and then they'll attend to Logan Stieber. Not sure if he had something on his head. It looked like a cut, so he'll just get cleaned off, and they'll send them back to the center. 1:55 left to go here in the second.
USA, blue.
Shot attempt from Stieber. Has the right leg of Garcia, who's trying to flip him again and turn it into points. The U.S. corner wants to call for the two. Nothing doing. Garcia able to get two.
And that's the dump again. Just being patient with it. Stieber was close to getting a takedown now. Front headlock position.
And Garcia piling up two more.
Just strong international positions, and that's where the years of experience from the tilt, that cheap tilt, and you hate to feel it, but it's just 2 points, and you know it's coming, and it's almost impossible to stop when you have your momentum leaning forward. You got the 2-point turn, and then ultimately the front headlock position.
So Stieber really has to hit the accelerator here to come back down 4 in the period.
Crotchless position with Stieber's in. He's trying to get around the crotch and try to dump it. Garcia's being real smart. He's slowing him down. He's got 2-point takedown now, but he's got to be able to get a turn here. He's trying to find an angle to get a turn. The referee's probably going to call him back up to the feet.
44 seconds left.
Logan Stieber, graduate of Ohio State University.
6-2 lead for Garcia.
Referee on the mat called for another 2 points, so it should be 6-4, but they're just going to let time run down and maybe sort it out at the end. See if Stieber can come back and get a takedown.
Under 30 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen.
And Garcia has worked this perfectly for himself against Stieber, using the aggression of the American and able to catch him in some precarious spots and pick up 3 2-pointers.
And a lot of that's just a cheap tilt, and it's all about being so focused and getting a great strong lock, and your opponent being able to just understand and control that hip and dump it, and you're almost just along for the ride, and you just hate to see all that effort go by the wayside.
Haisan Garcia from Canada, 8th in the world last year, #1 in this bout against Logan Stieber. 6-2 victory against the American from Ohio.